Hey, GutFoxx here. Today we're going to go through what you get when you pull packs. As you can see on your screen, it's going to be a spreadsheet, and you're going to see that throughout the video, spreadsheets and graphs. So get used to it. There'll be no Madden today, unfortunately. Check out tomorrow or any of my other videos for that. The sponsor today is Sis Boom Ba, the sound made when a sheep explodes. I'd like to thank Johnny Carson for that sponsor. So, Pro Packs, you're guaranteed 1 gold and 2 silvers in each one of those, and I also looked through Game Changers for more gold information. But as you see on your screen, here are the overalls for silvers and their drop rates that I observed. Thanks to the YouTubers who posted their pulls that I could use to gather the data. So, some other observations before we get into the solid numbers. Bronze players and team items, which include stadiums, jerseys, coaches, and playbooks, all can be upgraded to Legend collectibles, Super Bowl patches, or mystery boxes earlier in the year when those were available. I saw it mostly as players being upgraded to collectibles and pro packs, but team items, I did see one get upgraded in the Game Changer pack to a Legend collectible. The rate at which I saw them drop in pro packs was about 1 in every 15 or so that a bronze player got updated or upgraded. So all kickers, punters, and fullbacks were upgraded bronzes also. That's why they're so rare on the market. They dropped at about the same rate as 72 to 74 overall golds. So they were pretty rare drops themselves, but you all seem to know that based on their price on the market because they are quite expensive right now. And they will continue to be that way unless EA changes things. But I did not see anything, I didn't observe the lower overall kickers and punters having a higher drop rate than the higher overalls. It seemed pretty equally distributed, but they were kind of rare, so it might have been a fluke. And I just want to explain that when I say drop rate, I mean the chances they are pulled out of a pack. And an upgrade, for an example, means a bronze player got upgraded to a higher tier, like an elite Super Bowl patch. And so for the bronze kickers and punters, if it says gold or better player, you cannot pull the gold or better punter or kicker from that pack. Or a silver fullback or a gold fullback cannot be pulled as a silver or a gold. They have to be upgraded bronzes, so they have to be pulled as bronzes but upgraded to fullbacks. So I just wanted to explain that before I move on. Alright, so let's move on to what you see on your screen right now. I observed 508 silvers being opened. As you can see along the top row are the overalls that I marked for each one of those, so there's 64 overalls pulled out of those 508, and I break it down by percentage total. And I thought at first maybe these percentages, for the 64 through 71s were based on how many of each player was in the game. So 71 overalls, there are 123 players at that rating in Madden. It has no correlation. So their drop rate is based on a formula from EA for their overalls. Like 74, only 5 of them dropped out of 500 for about a 1% chance on those. Because as you all know, 74s are technically gold, 72, 73, and 74s are, but they only are upgraded silvers to get those overalls. So as you see through this whole thing, of the 72 to 74 overalls, it was only 5% of silvers became those overalls, so they're pretty rare. About 1 in 10 pro packs will have that rare upgraded gold. And 74s, those come out of 1 out of 50 of those packs. And for 111 players rated at 74 overall, those are going to be, and they are, very rare. So take a look at this graph I have here for you. The blue line is their drop rate, and the green line is the amount of silver and low golds in the game, the number of players. So basically I want to say, if you look at the graph, the distance between those two lines equals the rarity of those cards. The most important thing for price is the blue line, the drop rate, and whether they go into a set. But you see the drop rates for 72, 73s, and 74s is quite low compared to the number of golds. But for those silvers, take a look at those 69, 70, and 71s. There are a lot of them in the game, but their drop rates are the lowest out of any silvers. So those will be the highest priced silvers when we go forward, and 70 and 71s being the most of those two. So as you see some out on the market, and you will see this if looking for them, they are the highest price because they don't get dropped as much and there are more of them total. So when a 71 drops, there's a less chance of getting any one individual player than say a 64 overall. Let me know if that makes sense. If not, I can explain it more in the comments, or I can do a follow-up video on this. But let's move on to golds. And here are the Pro Pack observations and Game Changer observations. The rates between these two, you're most likely going to get a 75, but they weren't, crazy different, which tells me that the packs, when you pull a gold, the pull rates are about the same no matter what pack you're getting, Pro Pack or Game Changer. So there's no benefit of getting one over the other based on pull rates. So I combined them all, and here they all are together now. You're going to get 25% of your gold pulls are going to be 75 overall. And it decreases from there as you go up. Pretty straightforward here. We can go into some of the stats. For your chance at elite, so 85 up, it's about 4.32% based on my drop rate. So about, 1 in every 20 to 25 packs you'll get an elite for Pro Packs. 1 in every 20 to 25 golds being pulled. Your chances of an 84 plus, 7.5%, a little bit more than that. Your chance of an 83, 11%. But your chance, if you pull a gold, of getting 75 to 79, it's a little over 2/3 of your cards will be that overall. That's why they're dirt cheap, 75 to 79 overalls. So it's 68.87 for that range. But as you can see, I've got each one of these broken down. You can read through them, pause the video if you want to keep looking through them. I put together some charts for you here based on this to get a more visual evidence. So these are overalls you receive for a gold or better in a pack. As you can see, 75 is 25% of the market. So that 85 and up is a very small sliver, and above 86, I couldn't even label them. They were so small in this pie chart for what you'll get. So as you know, packs do not contain good odds. And here are the odds for those packs right now. And in the future, EA will change this as higher cards are released, as 95s overalls are released. Those will be pulled in packs, and so we'll shift this as we go along. But for now, here is what you have. It doesn't look great, but it is what it is. As we move on to the next graph, I want to talk a little bit about the ultimate pack opening I did. This just reminded me. We calculated in the ultimate pack, an elite was worth 87,500 coins to EA. So that's that guaranteed elite in the pack. So if they only charge you a guaranteed elite that's worth 11.5 times as much as a gold, because a gold they charge you at 7,500 coins. A guaranteed elite, based on my analysis, is worth about 20 times as much as the guaranteed gold. So there's some good value in the ultimate packs when they guarantee you elites. But I usually like to buy packs based on toppers and what's inside of them, badges, whatnot. Each one is different. The X Factor packs, I calculated those out. Those were a pretty good value with the legend badges and elite badges at their current price over Pro Packs. Although if you're trying for MUT rewards, Pro Packs, you're going to need to open a few of those still. But let me know if you guys found this as interesting as I did. We can talk about it in the comments or Twitter or anywhere. Alright, thanks for watching. Call to action. I will see you tomorrow.